everyone, Carol here with another fantastic video for you today. If you haven't subscribed, please do so by tapping the subscribe button below.
So tonight, something really different, guys. We are going to be doing a cross. This is just a regular old Dollar Tree cross frame. Dollar Tree. And we're going to be using poly burlap, meaning it's 100% polypropylene, really, really thick. Hi, Anna. Welcome, and thank you for the stars. I'm so glad you're here. So glad. Burlap, poly burlap. I'm losing my mind. So tonight we're going to be using Dollar Tree frame burlap. So first of all, what you're going to need is I'm going to find a place to put that right there. You are going to need, I cut this, guys. I cut it with a wood burner. So you're going to need some glass. This is that crush-proof glass. This is actually a cutting board. And I picked this cutting board up. Hi, Rita. Hey. Hi, Dawn. Hi, guys. And I actually picked this cutting board up at the Dollar General store. Now, I did that several years ago because I used to make the flowers a lot and make a lot of different petals and stuff. So this wreath goes together by making petals. You can use a Unique in the Creek board. You can use the cross deal from Unique in the Creek or Dollar Tree frame. And basically, you can get 2 wreaths out of 1 row of this poly burlap. Okay? But to do that, and to keep it from fraying, because poly burlap frays like crazy, guys, I'm going to pull you in down here. Hi, Debbie. Hey. I'm going to pull you in. And what I'm going to do is we're only going to cut, because this mesh is 10 inches wide, we're going to only cut 10-inch pieces. Okay? And then we're going to make a petal with it. This is the simple. Okay? So I put this glass under my mat because I like to see the lines. Okay? I put me a little rock, or you can use scissors or whatever. Okay? So all of your mesh has a weave to it. So you want to go in between the 2 weaves. So I'm going to start here at the 10, and I'm just going through the 2 sets all the way down, just like so, and cut a 10-inch piece. Okay? Let's do that again. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to see if you can see just a little bit easier. Whoops. We're going to go really crazy there. And I hope you can see that. Hi, Connie. Hey, girl. Hey, Mickey. Hey. So, I'm going to go right here on the 10. And I'm following it down. Thought I had it just on the tip. All the way down that line. And I'm just cutting it. Okay? And what that does is that seals both of these ends. Okay? It seals them. Now, is it still going to fray? Yes, it can. So you still have to be pretty gentle with it. Okay? So I just cut those. I'm going to turn that off right there, because we're not going to need that anymore. I went ahead and cut the other petals earlier. You know, cutting more petals is like watching paint dry, right? So we got the petals cut. I haven't made one of these since last year. So I'm thinking that this is going to take us about 17 or 18 petals. Okay? 17 or 18 petals. I'm going to go ahead and we can scoot that out of our way. Okay? So now what I like to do is I get these little rubber bands. Okay? These are just, I get them from the Dollar Tree, guys, because They're just going to do nothing but hold my, they're just a little hair ties that are like little rubber bands. All right. And I'm just going to get us a couple out here. That's all we're going to need because I got the other ones made up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this petal and see how it's curled in on itself. I'm going to want a finished end to the front of me and one to the back of me. Just like that. I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to bring it up to this corner right here. Okay? And then I'm just going to sort of flatten it out, get it even as possible. I don't want to pull on it, okay? But I want to sort of press it down a little, all right? Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to ruffle it right up the center. And I like to take this piece and fold it under, okay? Then I turn it sideways, take my finger right there and push it together. And I want to put one edge just a little bit on top of it and pull it together. And it makes like bunny ears. Excuse me. It makes like bunny ears, or it could be angel wings, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So then I'm going to take one of these little rubber bands. So I can cut all my petals and I can sit back and watch TV. I'm going to put that rubber band on it, and then I'm just going to sort of mold it a little bit, okay? Get it back into that shape. I'm not pulling on it. I'm just pressing it down, just like so, to where it's a little flatter, like that. Okay, let's do another one. Factory ends, one in front of me, one behind me. Okay, the raw edges that we burnt to the sides of us. I'm going to turn it tip to tip. Okay, I like to use my line and my mat, and I put it on the center here, and I sort of put these out the best I can, flatten it out a little bit, then I take it and just go right up the middle with it till I get to that end, and I pull it under, take my finger and help it go across, hold it. Then I just take this one petal there and push it over just a little bit, okay? Then we're going to take our rubber band and wrap it around it. Flatten it out. Take my little bunny ears or angel wings and straighten them out. Purple, really yellow. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. So now we've got our two pieces. So I've made up some petals in advance. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a Dollar Tree wreath frame and some zip ties, guys. And like I said, I can't remember if I use 17, 18, 16 of these, but we're going to find out as we go along how many we're actually going to use. Okay? I like to start, it doesn't matter whether you start at the top or the sides or the bottom. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to show you. I want that right there where it's crossed over, right to the tip of it. Right to the tip, guys. So it's going to be about an inch down from this first bracket. And I'm just going to take a zip tie. I'm going to go through these two top ones. I'm going to go in about an inch. And if you want to, you can tell by right here. And this is where this mat's going to come in handy again. About an inch. And I'm going to zip tie it real tight. If you don't have strength in your hands, get you a pair of these. Hi, Velma. And that way you can just pull it a little tighter. Okay? Even after it's done, you can still manipulate that petal. You can still push it down if you don't have enough of this covered right here on the end, or you can pull it down. Okay? And then you just clip that off. Whoops. Left it a little long. Let's get rid of that. Then we're going to bring in our other one. Okay? Make sure I've got it over the top a little bit. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is from where I put this one on, I'm going to go down 2 inches. So each square is an inch. 1, 2. So I'm going to place that right there on my 2-inch mark for this one where I've got it down there for about 1 inch. Same thing. These don't take long, guys, and they're gorgeous. The poly burlap holds up in weather, so it makes it excellent. Hi, Alex. Makes it excellent for gravesides. Okay? Excellent for gravesides. Pull that. We're going to snip it off. And then you can just arrange your petals. And now we're starting to get that real pretty V in them. Okay? So let's grab another petal. We're going to come back down here. So we've got our 2 right there. And just keep doing the same thing coming on down. And when we get to the finished product, I'm going to give you a few ideas of how you can do a couple of things. Okay, let's pull this one down just a little. Went to tighten it up before it was time to tighten it up. Like I said, if it's out of adjustment, all you got to do is move it up and down. Okay? There we go. You can also take a coordinating petal, say white for instance. Oh, okay. Excuse me. And what you can do is you can alternate them to where you have a white one and a purple one, or you can fix them to where you can put this one way down here and have just white in the center and purple on the sides. There's several different ways you can do these. Let's bring in another petal. Okay, let's get our 1 inch. Come down here for our 2 inch. Let's cut this bad boy off right quick. Hi, Elga. There we go. I had it on the wrong side. Knew something was wrong. So what do y'all think so far? Have y'all ever made a petal wreath before? Whoops. Got that one out of the line. We'll just grab us another one. These zip ties are 6-inch zip ties. I like them better than I do the 4-inch. I get them off of Amazon. I buy them by a bag of 1,000. If you're new to my channel, say hi. Tell us where you're from. Always like to know where everyone's from, guys. Okay, let's do another one. We got that one. So we've got 2. Whoops. No, you're in here now. You can just stay. He's been a smarty pants tonight. Or you can holler for Daddy and he can come get you. Let's see. I'm on the wrong one right there. You love making them? Awesome. I do too. I find them therapeutic to sit in here and do them. And I love to make the flower wreaths also. And I've always done mine on wreath forms. I've never done mine on Unique in the Creek boards. I started out doing it this way. Okay, let's do another one. There's our little baby. See right here, we've got a little straggler that's already straggled off, and we're just going to clip it right there. There we go. You use 6-inch? Yeah. Yeah, I like the 6-inch better than I do the 4. I did it again. I used to use zip ties to hold my petals and then use zip ties to put the petals on with. And I found that got a little bulky. And I can't remember her name. I watch her and I saw when she was using the rubber bands. And I fell in love with that ideal. And you can always pick these up. Okay, we're going to put one more petal. Oh, that's so pretty. Dollar Tree frames, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 petals, guys. Perfect. So it took 7 petals to do the long one, the long end. And you can, like I said, you can go back, manipulate it a little bit, straighten it out, but that's what it's going to look like with the bottom of our cross. Okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start on the sides. And we're going to do it basically the same way, except it's only going to take 3 petals, 3 petals, and 3 petals. See, I told you it doesn't take much mesh. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to bring this one down like I did the other one and find where it's overlapping right there really nice. And I'm tying them about, it's about an inch. This is about an inch little nub on the end of it, guys. Here we go. How stinking cute. Let's take us another one. Let's turn it. Whoops. Get it up under there. Comes out a lot thicker and fuller. Now, is that using poly burlap or are you using just deco mesh? Because you can make these with just deco mesh. Okay, last one. And I'm going to push that one up just a tad. What I'm actually going to do, I've got these big honking, this is like a razor blade, guys. And I'm going to cut, I probably should have cut it off before I zip tied it. But you sure don't want to get your finger caught. Okay? Here we go. And now I've got room right there for this last one. Okay, pull it back just a tad. There we go. These don't take no time at all. It's just getting your, and it, you know, no more than what you're actually using. You could also, let me show you what you could also do. You could also, when you go to zip tie them, you could zip tie flowers in them to run them down the center. Okay? That makes gorgeous. So take this yellow, for instance, because I love this yellow. Imagine that yellow running down the center of that. Gorgeous. We're going to do ours just a little different. Okay. So you got one side. Let's start working on this other side. There's so many ways that you can make these. It's just using your imagination. Get back up on there. Yes. Oh, yes. It sure would, Alex. Yellow tulips would be gorgeous. Yes, it would. Especially running down the center, then have a beautiful bow in the middle. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's get us another zip tie up under there. Nope, I had it right. Whatever, Carol. And like I said, this is the easiest petal to make. The person that came up with this was Dean Michaels Design. The petal's been out there for years. People make all kinds of stuff with this type of a petal. Okay. Now we're going to put this last one right there. I may scoot that one up just for a minute. And it makes quite a large cross, guys. Till last spring, yeah. When I first started wreathing, I made flower wreaths. So this is sort of like coming back home. That gorgeous? Okay. Now we've got the top to work with. See how gorgeous that already is? I didn't want to get it real involved on this first one. Maybe we'll make another one. And, but I've been wanting to show y'all this. I'm going to put this one, pull it down. Yeah, I've been wanting to show you guys this for a long time. And I was laying, I don't know why. Why is it you go to bed, and even though I'm reading, my mind is doing all this stuff, and it's a very interesting book that I'm reading, right? But what the heck? My mind won't shut down. It keeps saying, what am I going to make tomorrow? What am I going to make tomorrow? And I said, you know, I told them about a cross wreath I knew how to make. Let's just do that tomorrow. Oh, the mind, I tell you, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Okay. Oh, how stinking adorable. I'm loving it, guys. Okay. Guess what? Last petal. This is the last petal. Then we're going to have more fun. Let me get this one up in there. Touching it right there in the center. I usually have to cut one of them in order for all four of my things to fit. There we go. Let's pull this one down just a little tighter. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. You can maneuver them around if they look a little crooked. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? I cover the backs of mine. Yes, I do, and I'll show y'all how I cover the backs of mine. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we're going to put florals just in the middle of this. Okay. So I'm going to get some of this mess right there in my trash can. Well, some of it hit, some of it missed. Okay. So what I did is I took just a styrofoam ball, guys, and I cut it in half. This is a 3-inch styrofoam ball. Okay. I cut it in half, and I always paint it. This one was a white one, and I just dabbed purple paint on it and let it dry. Okay. And I'm going to put it in the middle. You also can use an alternative, and you can zip tie your florals in. But to me, I don't like to do that, because if you want to use something else to fill in, you're going to have to use glue. And now you got to remember, this is like 100% plastic. And it's not going to have any natural fibers to hold that glue. So I like to put in just a small half of a circle. So what I'm going to do is right there, catty corner, I got a longer zip tie. I'm going to put that right in the center, or as the best I can get. And I'm going to zip tie that center. I don't want to zip tie it so tight that it's snug enough that it, goes right through the styrofoam. Okay? There we go. So now I have plenty of room to put florals in this. Yeah, you can hide a lot of imperfections, because if you don't quite get it covered a good or a spot, it just blends into the wreath and you're not having to try to hide it. Okay. So actually we used, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 and 9, 16 petals, guys. 16 petals. Okay. So I have some of this greenery. And this is that greenery I love to use from Hobby Lobby. It's a pusher, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some at every 4 corners, okay? Because I want this not to look like it's all coming together. So number 1, I want to cut it shorter. I did cut some of it off already. I'm just going to use a glue gun tonight. Now you've got to be mindful when you're using just a small piece of a foam. Okay. Let me get that in there. That you don't start sticking a lot of them in the same places. And I'm putting it all the way into the greenery. Just down low. And I like this because it's got that little wispy on the ends. This is my, and y'all have seen me use this greenery, excuse me, can't talk, many a times. This is my go-to greenery, guys. Love it. I probably put it in dang near any floral design I use. Okay. Cut this one off. There we go. We're also going to take a couple of other pieces, but y'all know me. I want to cut them apart. And then make sure you bend over the end, because I don't want really big pieces. Okay. I'm just coming up here on the top and sticking some in. We're going to use one more piece or 2 more pieces of this. Oh, this is going to look gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. Poly burlap. It runs anywhere depending on where you buy it. Poly burlap's one of the more expensive meshes. For a 10-inch, 10-yard roll will run $10 to $11 a roll. Okay? Excuse me. Now look at these stinking flowers right here. I love them. It's got what they call wisteria, and then just some little immature and just some little flowers along with some more greenery. Excuse me. Yes, poly burlap. Excuse me. Oh, that cough. And I'm just doing this to get it started, just like I sort of did this other, except I went here and here, and then I put the pieces on top. I'm going out to the sides. If you have a small workspace, this is a little harder to work with because it's long. You're so welcome, Mr. Alex. It's just so stinking cute already. So stinking cute. Okay. I still have some yellows left, and we're going to save them. But now we're going to pull in some lavender, guys. We're going to mix some lavender in with this. And I'm going to start by going in between each one. Yeah. You know, I wreathed on a small one for I don't know how long. Because I didn't have room. Oops. Not hitting the... And then when we cleaned out this space after my husband built him a new garage. He built me this work table to go in here, and I was able to get a big one. My first mat was one about like yay, big enough just to cut some mesh on, and that was about it. One with a little longer stem. Goodness, that's so pretty. Now I'm going to keep using this lavender. I'm going to put some on the top. I thought about using bigger flowers, and I thought that that would be too heavy for this type of a wreath. I wanted it to be more wispy. So I put them up. It's another glue stick here. Like I said, this is a simple but beautiful and cost-effective wreath to make. Okay, I'm going to put in a couple more pieces of lavender. Then we're going to bring in our yellow again. Starting to get fuller. I like it full. Oh yeah. Okay. Now let's bring in some more of this yellow up here on the top, guys. Your plan for tomorrow? Awesome! I'm glad I inspired you. I love that. When someone sees something, they want to try something new. That is totally awesome. Oh, it's looking like a field of wildflowers, isn't it? It's what it reminds me of. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that stunning? Absolutely gorgeous, guys. Okay, let me get these. Let me get this off. Okay. And I do cover the backs of my wreath. Okay. See how stunning this would have looked with some white petals? And maybe brought some in between these, or maybe some really lilac color. Wouldn't that have been gorgeous? Okay. So I'm going to go over what I did here. Is I took up a piece of foam board that I get from the Dollar Tree, just regular old foam board. I took the frame before I made it, and you can see the back of this one right here. See, it's still really neat and nice. You don't have to cover it, and if it was going outside on the graveside, I would probably suggest you didn't cover it. But if it's going to someone's home, I like to cover it because it's going to make it really neat and nice. So I took a piece of foam board, traced the cross frame out, Okay. Then I took the cross frame and I had some, this got a little bit of glitter in it, but all it is felt that I buy off of a boat. And then I just laid it on there and cut around it. And on the inside, I just glued around the edges and folded it over. And this is going to be really soft, okay? So first what we're going to do, let me turn it over here. Let me see if I can get this to sort of help rest the flowers in. I'm going to take a zip tie. And I'm going to go under those two. Whoops. If I can get there. This is making it to where it will hang on a door hanger or wherever they would like it. If I can get my big fingers in there to grab it like that. I just put a zip tie in it. And I do like that. And then they have a little hanger for it. I don't know if you can see that. But you have a little hanger. And I'm going to cut that off. Okay. I'm going to take, you can either take you a ice pick or a knife. And I'm going to lay this. I'm going to get my little hanger here. And I'm going to lay this right here. Right at the top. I'm going to take my ice pick and I'm just going to poke a hole actually through this. Just like so. Going to take my zip tie, go right in there, come right up here in the middle, and I'm going to zip tie that down. And what I do is I cut my zip tie off. And then I turn that edge of that zip tie to the inside. Okay? I like to do all of my corners at one time. And this makes it really soft on someone's door. And it really cleans up the back. You can use whatever color felt you want. You can use felt by itself if you want to. That's totally up to you. Yes, it does finish it off beautifully. Excuse me. I have a couple of more new projects that we're going to be doing besides just, there'll be wreaths in that area, but they're going to be using totally different methods, guys. So stick around. I love Easter, and everything we're going to be doing is Easter related, or it can be spring. Or you can use it anytime. But I've got some go-tos that I love to use during Easter and springtime. Because you know me, I love flowers. So then what I would do is I would just put two here. I'd probably put 2, 4, and 1, 2 right there. But see how nice and neat that covers our back. And then they still have that little hanger right there. So this is it for tonight, guys.